Hey, what's up, After Buzzers? You are watching the Shades of Blue After Show, Season 3, Episode 1, Good Police. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Harley Testifies, What Will Stop Waz, and Loman finally gets his apology. Make sure to stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, hey.
This song's growing on me. This song's really growing on me.
If you are listening to us, we are currently turning up to little J-Lo, Dinero, and my girl Cardi B.
And DJ Khaled.
And DJ Khaled. That was automatically on paper. It's just a hit. I don't even hear the song. But yeah, no, it's awesome. So, in case you guys missed it, we are here at the Shades of Blue After Show, Season 3, Episode 1. I'm your host, Felicia Michelle, and next to me is the wonderful
Jazzy. Hi, thanks for tuning in.
Jazzy. So this is the premiere episode of Season 3. What are your overall thoughts? Think they brought it? Like, how'd you feel about the episode?
They brought it a lot. But see, I didn't really expect for everything to happen, like for J-Lo to kind of switch sides and everything. So I'm pretty sure she's not going to be a quote-unquote good police overall. Like, I think this is only for this episode. I think she's going to turn it around.
Yeah, for sure. I was really shocked. Like, first off, R.I.P. James.
I know. I wasn't expecting that.
And
I think it's too soon. Was it too soon?
We'll get to that, but I
Okay.
guess maybe it was an explosive first episode. There was a lot of things that happened. Okay, first off, we're going to start off where the episode started off with Harley testifying.
Mm-hmm.
I love that particular scene because I was telling you earlier, my favorite line was they asked her, "Are you more a cop or a criminal?" And she said, "Well, it depends on what day of the week it is."
100%. I was like, damn, that's good. At least she's being honest with them.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't, I mean, a lot of people don't understand, like, as cops, like, they get placed in certain predicaments that they don't really enjoy or they don't like to do, and they're kind of forced to make decisions they don't, live by. So for her to say that, like, he's really giving you a different mindset and perspective of how cops live their lives every day.
I mean, it just kind of like goes on the general theme of the show is that there's this huge conflict with like good versus evil, like the little angel on your shoulder, the little devil on your shoulder, and also a conflict of like, do I do what's right for me or do I do what's right for like the fam, because they're like a family and have been for years, and it's a shame she actually turns on Waz this episode. Like, what do you think about that?
I didn't see it coming. I think that Watts has had her back this whole past like 2 seasons. So for her to turn sides, I didn't expect it. It made me feel, honestly, I was happy about it because she's actually stepping down and thinking for herself instead of thinking for him. That she's doing for her, instead of what she thinks is right. It's like, no, now she's making her own decisions.
I think he puts a lot of pressure on her because he shows that he trusts her so much. Like, he lets her know, like, basically, like, she's his favorite. Like a parent who has a favorite child, you don't want to let you're the favorite of your dad. You don't want to let your dad down. And that's kind of like that familiar feeling that they have with each other. Like, I don't know. I think that she's trying to do the right thing, though. But she turned around and she got the guy back to the safe area. I forget what his name is. What's his name?
Orlando.
Okay, yes, Orlando.
So, I mean, we did see how she was, pretty much she was like in charge of his death. If you think about it, like either if she would have brought him to Waz so they could do the switch for Quince, then he probably would have died. So I think she did the great thing by keeping Orlando in a safe place.
Or there's just a lot of blood on her hands too. So maybe it's not even like necessarily like, let me do the right thing. Maybe it's just like, okay, when is enough, and we're done doing this. Like, when is enough? Because
it's kind of like, how long can you live like this? Like, I honestly think people who probably have a criminal background, or I would say maybe out of innocence, maybe it's not out of innocence. Like, I don't really see how they can sleep at night. And I know this is her job, so it's like, how long or how many times can she have to do this over and over? So I think that's why she made the decision to just try to do the right thing. It's intense.
It's just like, I can't wait for this season because it's actually the final season of this show.
Right.
So there won't be any more Shades of Blue after this. And it's like, I'm looking forward to finally getting the answer of what side are you going to pick? Like, it's been such a tug of war back and forth. I mean, it makes the show dynamic, but it's like, pick a lane and then just stay in that lane. Because it's like, you're a mother, you have your daughter. Like, it's kind of weird that she wants to do all these bad things, but she wants to be good. And she has her daughter in this super expensive private school, like, you know, she's given everything to give her a future. It's just like, you could go to jail and not see any of that.
Yeah, it's literally black and white. Either you're going to do this, you're going to do that. There's like no gray area. And that's people don't really understand, especially in cops. Like, they have the gray area to them. They have like another side. It's like either you're going to go this way or that way. Like, you're not going to.
Or you're just a human being, and sometimes hindsight 2020, and you do not know what you should do until like you get out of a situation. Sometimes you're just in so deep with it that it's just like, how do I get out? Right. She's known, like, that's the force to her. That's everything that she's known since basically becoming a cop. So we're gonna switch lanes really quick and head over to Waz, because
Okay, were you surprised that Waz actually lived? I thought that he was gonna die. I really thought when the episode opened, I mean, I understand. Okay, let's be real. Like, it's the season 3, the last season, the first episode. So why would they kill him off that easily? I get that, but the season finale of season 2 was just intense for him to see him get killed, or try to get killed. And the boy Adrian shot him, and I thought he was going to
trying
die.
To play with our heartstrings.
Yeah, like, I mean, you can't lead us fans on like that.
Oh, no, that's exactly what they want to do. That makes it great, because then we come back for more. 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 I was happy to see him. I didn't think they would get, like, I didn't think his character was dead, because it's just the dynamic between him and Harley, Jennifer Lopez's character, that they can't get rid of that. There's no show without him. Like, he's the mastermind of this whole thing. Like, yeah, she's fighting and trying to realize, like, what she should do and what's right for herself. Mm-hmm. But he is that person all along the way, like that. I guess you could say, like, bad influence. Mm-hmm. Like, he's not going to go anywhere.
Bad influence, but also maybe like a mentor too. I mean, I kind of think they go hand in hand. I think she learns a lot from Waz, whether it be something good or bad, but she's learning.
For sure. We're going to touch back on that in a little bit, because I definitely want you to make sure you keep that thought. But let's talk about Adrian really quick. So we saw in the episode him visiting him in jail, and I was like, I don't want to see a little kid with an orange jumpsuit on. It just doesn't feel right. Like, I don't want to see this cute little boy with an orange jumpsuit on.
I didn't even think he was going to be tried for as a juvenile, because he's so young. I think he's like under, what? He has to be under 10, under 8?
He's like,
I think he's like 8 or 7.
Under 100 pounds, and I feel like he should not be in jail with a little mini jump. Like, where do you go to get little mini jumpsuits? That's not good.
But I really like that part of the show, because it just goes to show that Waz, has a soft spot for him. Like, you can tell that he's just a kid. He doesn't know any better. He was just hurt. He was clueless. So for him to try to kill Waz, and Waz forgave him and still mentoring him, that gave me hope. It made me look at Waz differently.
There's also something symbolic about it too, because he's dressed in his full uniform, headed to that funeral, and he goes to the. Like, I just like, wow, like, you almost died.
I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
You almost died.
Together.
You almost died, and then you visit the person who tried to kill you. Granted, that's a child, but but you're headed to a funeral. Like, it could have been you. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, so I think when maybe Waz was like, it could have been me. I could have died. I need to forgive this kid, and I need to just have peace about it, because now I'm headed to this funeral here. Like, it could be you in that casket. Them telling those corny jokes over you. Did you like the jokes at the funeral? I thought that was like kind of like,
they were cheesy. I don't like them.
It was definitely cheesy, but I thought it was kind of cute, because everyone's just so serious. But I mean, another moment at the funeral, a lot of stuff happened besides corny jokes. So Loman finally gets his apology.
Yeah, how I like him and Harley, gave him an option to forgive. Like, he didn't know he wanted to be a bad cop or good cop. He kind of was just placed into that predicament. Yeah. So she didn't give him a chance to choose, but yet I think it was great that she asked him to be forgiven.
Yeah, for sure. Apology. Yeah, that's what I have written down. Like, he's not like, when we first met Loman in the series, he was like super shaky, super idealistic, timid, about what being a cop was, and it was not good for a long time from having killed that guy. Yeah, and it's just like, now he finally has some type of peace about him, and that he's like kind of in charge of making his own choices now, because a lot of choices that we've seen him, his character development in the series, have been made for him, and he kind of was like a little brother type of person, or someone who needed to be protected, someone who needed to be guarded, and now it's like he's kind of coming into his own right. So I really hope that we see, as the season goes on, Loman really, like, maybe even being the person who stands up and is like, nah, I don't want to do this. Because I feel like Loman, maybe I have a little crush on Loman. I feel like Loman,
maybe it's a big crush.
It's a little one. I feel like Loman is really just a nice guy, and if he had made a decision for himself, it would have been to be a good police. He would have picked good police over bad police.
Yeah. And then another thing that we also saw in that funeral scene was when Loman actually saw the two guys that was at the main cafe that was actually run away from the scene.
Yeah.
The actual cops. He didn't even know they were cops. So that threw me by surprise. So you see them in the act like arguing. So that was just goes to show that they're in on the whole job too. And we see that later in the show, like the episode, how they just are trying to cover up their tracks.
So much corruption.
It is.
So much corruption. But we like corruption and we like drama and we like reality shows. And what else do we like here at AfterBuzz, Jazz?
Oh man, let me tell you. So AfterBuzzers, here at the network, you know that we produce a lot of after shows here. All of your favorite TV shows from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. So there is no other network that works harder to serve television fans like we do. But now we need your help. Okay, we're asking that you please subscribe to our or more YouTube channels. Besides helping us, here's a ton of things what's in for you. It caters to content you already like directly towards you. It brings you to your favorite after shows so you don't have to seek them out. You know, that long searching. Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
No one has time. And it suggests content for other channels for you, for podcasts that might interest you as well. So subscribing to our YouTube channels will also help you discover new shows where you're sure you'll love. Since you're already tuned into right here, Shades of Blue dramas, you might also be interested in like maybe Claws, where you can also find me on the after show, 13 Reasons Why, The Affair, just so many more. And remember, when you have channels for other genres too, so please don't be shy of subscribing right now. Do yourself a favor and subscribe. Also, if you're worried about like pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. Like, don't have to worry about that. It's easy. Just hit the subscribe button right now for an easier experience. And they let us know what you thought in the comments, okay? We'll shout you out on air. Please, we love to chime in with the live chat. So definitely let us know. We promise to continue to give you just great after shows.
And spill stuff on ourselves.
That too.
Yay. Jazz, I think you jinxed me before the show. You're like, I spilled, and I was like, oh, I've never spilled.
No, I didn't jinx you. I was just letting you know. I messed up earlier. I was going to get it right this time, as you can see.
So let's get a little bit into the crew. So we're talking about the family. Talked a lot about Harley. Talked about Waz, and we know Waz is like the number one. Harley's like his number two for sure. So I think this is a very interesting position that we're finding them in. They're kind of like split up. We got some suits. We got some back in the uniform.
Right.
Like, it's just like, I don't really know where the gang is going right now, and that's kind of what I think. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, they're all kind of in different areas.
Yeah, they're all kind of like, it's almost seeming as if they're drifting apart in a sense.
Yeah.
Because now it kind of comes down to they're trying to find what best suits them in their element. Like, as we see Waz on his own quest to find Quince. You know, Harley trying to really break free from the whole bad cop vibe. And then we also see Loman just still trying to find himself. So it's kind of all over the place at the moment if you think about it.
I mean, it is. And one thing that I was thinking about too when I was watching was we always see Harley's point of view about it. And we see like the entire crew have this like kind of blind dedication to Waz, like just like really look up to him, really just want to please him, really just want to really believe in like that cavalier lifestyle, Robin Hood. We're gonna make things better by in our own way being bad. And it's like, are any of those characters having that same conflict within themselves? I wonder. That's why I said I like Loman, because I feel like Loman really probably has this conversation in his head, like, should I do this? Like, his face a lot of times is like, you know, like, so
he's still growing into himself, like we all do. We all have to tend to grow and take a step back and just be transparent. So I think he's gonna be fine. He's fine.
You think Loman's okay?
I think Loman's great.
I'm worried about Loman.
I'm not.
No, not really worried about.
You have to go through this though. You have to really like feel the vibe.
Go
like,
through to grow through.
There you go.
You like that? Okay.
Wise words from Felicia.
No, but the other parts of the crew, just like there has to be somebody who's thinking this way. I can't believe that Harley's the only one who's going to break off from this. Like, I can't rationalize in my mind that she's the only person.
I mean, she's most definitely not the only one that wants to break off.
Yeah.
But she's probably the only one that actually has the courage to break off just because of her past experiences. Like, she wants to sleep at night. Like I said, you don't really sleep at night from what I hear. My dad actually is a retired cop, and
oh wow,
yeah, and he's told me things like, well, it's stories that he wouldn't share with me, but it's also other stories where he's just saying, yeah, like you see a lot of stuff and you don't really know how to like take it all in. Sometimes, like every now and then, you may have withdrawals, you may have like bad dreams and stuff. So
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just really happy that she is just wanting to be at peace with herself, and to be at peace, I think, is just kind of coming to your truths.
So is it Stahl, right? So
Stahl.
So do you think? Okay, so you're saying like you're talking about like your dad's experiences and everything, and I don't want to necessarily like diagnose anybody, but a lot of those kind of flashbacks are PTSD. Mm-hmm. So do you think that for Harlee, that it was she actually saw him, or this was just her PTSD like messing with her?
No, I definitely think it's a PSTD. I don't think she saw Stahl because I said it wrong, right? I know I said it wrong.
PTSD.
PTSD. Okay,
it was a lot.
You guys knew what I was talking about.
Yeah, we knew what you were
Bear
talking
with
about.
Me.
Yes.
I don't think it was that kicking in. I absolutely believe that. No, excuse me. I think it was kicking in.
Yeah.
Because as you see in the first episode when it opens up and she kills that guy, she saw Stahl, but she imagined Stahl being on that guy that's running away. And as like she realized it wasn't him, was when the guy was already dead. So I don't think that she's seen him. That I don't know where she could have saw him at, because sometimes she imagined his face was literally on that suspect's body, and she was just imagining it being him because she was constantly just replaying that back in her head.
Yeah.
And so it was like every person she looks at, it's kind of like if someone's on shrooms hallucinating and they think they're seeing something move. Like it's kind of like that. So I don't think Stahl is around. I think she's just seeing things for now.
I don't know. I mean, for the peace of mind of a person, this is a drama. So, I mean, I don't see why he could not be around. So in the comment section, let us know if you think she actually saw him or she's still having issues with her PTSD. Yes, I mean, she has gone through it. Like she went through it. She went through, her character it's a very strong lady, and she really went through something crazy. So I see what you're saying about the PTSD, but like I said, it's a drama. So you're saying that it's not kicking in, and you really think that she sees him like in front of her? I guess she's crazy. I don't know. I feel like anything could happen. She's crazy. Not crazy. That was really insensitive. Yes, that was super insensitive. She's traumatized. Yeah, she's definitely traumatized. But like, when she was testifying, they actually asked her, like, do you think you should have went back so quickly? Like, do you feel emotionally affected by this? And she just was like, kind of not really believing that was an issue for her. Mm-hmm. Like, she kind of didn't see that was a problem for her. Like,
I think that she's confused, and like I said, it's going to take time. So once she finds that inner peace, I think she will be at best.
But what is that peace going to? When is that going to come? At the end of the season?
I don't know. I guess you have to stick around.
I guess so too. And for those of you so we're on YouTube right now, we're live. So with some of you are listening to us on iTunes. So you can find us on iTunes. Make sure that you subscribe, that you leave us comments because we read them, and make sure that you subscribe to every AfterBuzz iTunes show, because we got it going on over here at this really network. Good.
I mean, you're missing out if you don't. So
yeah, so make sure you get on iTunes, that you subscribe to us so you do not miss any of this Shades of Blue after show greatness that me and Jazz are going to bring you. And we have 2 more co-hosts that are coming too, so don't worry if you feel like it's a little empty up here and we're hanging out just with us. We got more friends coming next week, okay? So make sure that you subscribe, tell your friends, leave a comment.
Share,
we read the comments. Stuff. We read the comments for sure. Mm-hmm. So yeah, in the comments, put if you think that it's her PTSD or
if she really saw Stahl. I don't think she really saw Stahl, but hey, we want to know your ideas. Let us know in the comments.
For sure. Okay, so one thing I thought was an interesting dynamic, and I think maybe we'll see it as the season progresses too, is Harlee versus Waz. Because we see now in this first episode, I mean, I could only assume, and I think many fans assume this, and I think maybe this is your assumption too, is that there's going to be the divide of them. He's going to find out that she has done something that's not in line with the family. Okay. I think, and so at that point, they're going to have a riff, a split. So who do you think the crew is going to decide with? That's what I was thinking. Like, who might go?
Okay, so that's very interesting. I'm going to say Loman. I think Loman's going to go on Harlee's side for sure. For sure.
She's had his back since day number 1.
Yeah. I don't know who will be on Waz's side. Maybe the other cops that's in on the the cafe, like.
So, the cafe job, the cafe shooting. Yes, we did not talk about that. Wait, let's go back to the cafe shooting. Can we talk about that? Go ahead, Jess.
So the cafe shooting. What we don't know clearly is how far back does Waz and the other unit go. Like, I don't really know like how
they all came about to get together.
Yeah, and how to distinguish them. But clearly, there's like 3 other cops on this one job, and they are chiming in. Had a whole robbery set up at the cafe, and one of the guys get killed. Yeah, and as you can see in the episode, the beginning of the episode, one of them comes in like, "Oh snap! Like my guy's dead. Like I knew him very well, and did not tell Harley or Waz that he was a cop. So he was trying to play the game until we see at the funeral they were all there. And one of the cops was actually running from the scene when Loman was in the car chasing them down. So they were just really, really bad cops. They were trying to kill Orlando to try to frame him as for one of Parker, which is the cop that died, one of Parker's killers. So it's very interesting how this twist comes about. And for some reason, like their main guy, like their lieutenant or their detective, has something against Waz. So they're competing with each other. So, you know how like certain people are on call for different jobs, right?
Yeah, for sure.
In the unit. And it's like, if I cover this scene before you do, then it's more cool points for me, and vice versa. So they're butting heads. Like Waz and that main guy just go back.
So with the whole cafe shooting thing, do you think that there's another group maybe that could possibly reveal themselves? I know we're kind of like getting into a little bit of predictions, but this is a season premiere episode. We don't have last week to go off of.
Predictions.
Yes, a whole lot of predictions, and it's the final season, so it's like let's just dream big, guys. So do you think that maybe there's another group who is kind of doing something similar activities, maybe not with the same intentions that is around too? Maybe we'll get revealed with them.
You mean the same
dirty
thing as...
It's more like another group of dirty cops.
Oh, of course. Like I said, as we see that revealed in the show, but I think there's a lot of dirty ones out there. We just haven't seen all of them just yet.
Is it gonna be like a East Coast, West Coast
dirty
cop group?
No Biggie and Tupac.
Beef. Like, is this gonna? Are those two groups maybe gonna collide? It's like really what I was thinking. Like,
I think they might collide.
Because at this point now, we're on the same crime scenes, and you're impeding on my job, and you're kind of like stepping on my toes a little bit, and you with your dirt, and I got my own dirt, and it's real dirty,
Well, yeah, because no one wants to frame anyone else, so
or implement themselves in any crime.
That's what I mean. Like if we can protect ourselves the best way we can, then we'll just do that. So I can see them colliding versus going against each other. I think it's time for a special segment.
Yes. Okay. So this is at Shades of Blue. I don't know what you guys did in the last after show, but this after show, we're going to talk about every week dumb laws and dumb criminals. That's like my favorite thing. So I'm going to read. So we're in California. If you guys didn't know watching, we're in California and Los Angeles. And so these are some of the dumbest laws in California. So Jazzy, let me know what you think.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry.
What did you come up with? I'm eager to see this because there's a lot of dumb laws.
It's just honestly ridiculous. Okay. It is a misdemeanor to shoot at any kind of game from a moving vehicle unless the target is a whale.
Say it again.
It is a misdemeanor to shoot at any kind of game from a moving vehicle unless the target is a whale.
Interesting.
I don't know what moving vehicle, maybe like a speedboat or something. Like, why are you shooting at whales? Aren't they endangered?
Yeah, I always say we should leave all the animals in the sea alone.
Like, don't mess with them. They bad. If you can hold your breath underwater, you a bad mother. Let's see. Oh, women may not drive in a house coat. You know how many moms
they may not drive in a house coat?
In a house coat, like your robe, like your house coat. Like women are not allowed to drive in a house coat.
I just call it a robe.
Well, no, but I don't.
So tell me what is my fine if I'm seen driving around in my robe?
I don't know what the fine is, but if that was the case, there'd be a whole lot of moms who would be under arrest, in trouble, and need a retainer because they wore a house coat to take their kid to school.
Well, all I gotta say is I'm gonna be very cautious because I ride dirty. So
what? Oh, you ride dirty with your house coat on?
I have my robe on. I mean, I have my cup, and I'm eating sometimes, like my cereal, my little styrofoam cup. It's kind of messy, but
okay. You ready for another one?
Yes,
these are
one
so
more.
stupid. Like honestly, like they're all dumb. Like I'm trying to figure what's the dumbest one. They're okay dumb. No vehicle without a driver may exceed 60 miles an hour.
No vehicle what?
Without a driver may exceed 60 miles per hour.
Is this in California?
This is California.
This sounds
without a driver.
This sounds like somewhere like
in nowhere.
In nowhere.
No vehicle without a driver may exceed 60 miles per hour.
But you know what? I kind of like this one because I always say that certain people, I think people should get fined the same kind of, I don't know, detention when it comes to speeding versus the one that's going slow. So I know that this one's saying that you can't go faster if you don't have someone else in the car with you, which kind of doesn't make any sense.
No, the vehicle has no driver.
Yeah.
Then if the vehicle has no driver, it cannot exceed more than 60 miles per hour.
So hasn't, I mean.
So I would assume that exactly. I mean, at this point, whenever this law was made, I'm sure technology was not the same, so I don't really understand that. But as I think of like technology advancements or whatever, sorry, I'm trying to make sure I didn't put my elbow in my drink. It's like there's Teslas and they drive themselves. If you're balling like that, and the Tesla drives itself,
which is not very the norm for everybody.
Or Uber is supposed to be coming out with driverless cars, and they can't go more than 60 miles per hour. Does that apply to them?
Well, this is what I would say.
Okay.
Those are all dumb. But this is one rule, one law that should be applied to everybody. If you cannot meet the speed limit, or if you go under the speed limit, please be fined. Please get a ticket. Please. Do me a... Cops, if you're watching, I don't know, but everyone needs to have that same energy. Just saying. So if you pull me over for going 85 miles per hour, please pull the person over that's going, 55, 45 miles an hour on the freeway. Thank you.
That's like your public service announcement to everybody. Get out the way. That's how you feel? Okay, I'm not mad at it. So you want some more stupid laws? I have a lot. This is hilarious. Okay, so
we should probably save it for the next one. I think we gotta get into our predictions.
I'm gonna do 2 more.
Okay.
It's illegal to take a lion to the movies. Rawr.
Someone tried that. I actually heard about that story before.
Did someone try to take a lion to the movies?
I mean, people go to the zoos and steal animals all the time.
When, Jazz? when do people go to the zoo and steal the animals all the time?
You never heard someone trying to let the animals go or rescue animals? You never heard about this before? I'm gonna pull this up.
So you're telling me that someone breaks into the zoo, they let the lion out, and they take the lion to the matinee. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, I don't know how they got into the matinee, but yes, this happens. Happens a lot actually when people try to free the animals, but they actually get
mauled. They get mauled. Okay, yeah, that's just stupid. That's just dumb. That's not a way to go out.
It's not.
You ain't ready for predictions?
I ain't ready.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
And now your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So.
Is that your? This music kind of eerie to me. Sometimes I hear it, I go.
This is my prediction.
That's your prediction. So let me know what you're thinking. What do you predict for next week?
So as we see at the end, Harlee's boo thing, her soon-to-be husband. I don't know for sure, but you could tell they had a strong bond. Her boyfriend James, who actually was one of the counselors at the station too, he dies. We don't know exactly how he dies just yet, but my prediction is that she's gonna turn back again from being a good police and go back to the bad police and get the guys that killed her man.
Some vengeance.
Some vengeance. She's going to be on some V for Vendetta type of thing on this next episode to come.
Really? So in the next episode, I think Waz has a little bit more going on than what you think he probably has going on. To know what's to be privy. I think as the next episode, he'll be more aware of what's going on. He'll know, he'll figure it out. Maybe not necessarily even next episode. It might even be the episode after or the very end of the next episode. He'll find out that she turned that car around. Yeah, he will.
Well, he already knew. He already knew that. Well,
he'll find out why. I mean, her reasoning, why she did this, not the excuse that she made, not that she actually did it, but why she did it.
Okay.
He has to know, or maybe get a feeling. I just don't understand why he just still has so much trust in her. It just really
Well, I mean, it's not that he has. I don't want to say entirely trust in her, but I don't think
he entirely trusts anybody.
Of course,
I don't think he trusts no one. Actually,
he really shouldn't. But I just think that he has a soft spot for her. He knows how much Harlee works. He sees her potential. It's a lot more than just trying to kill someone off. I think they've been working together for this past couple of seasons that we see, so it's been a long time. So I think he has like a soft spot for her.
So the same bond that she has with him, he has with her. I do think there's going to be a divide. They're going to split, like I said. I think Tufo and Tess are going to go with Waz. I think everyone, and with Espada, I think he's going to go with Waz too. I think everyone's going to just go with Waz, and it'll be Loman and Harley maybe this entire season, kind of like having each other's backs.
I don't know. I don't see that happening entirely, but I do think also what we can expect is Waz going to eventually get to Quince. I think he's going to either capture Quince and kill him, or Quince is going to wind up dead, regardless if Waz kills him or not.
It's because what I think what the category, one of the topics is what will stop Waz. I don't think it's anything. Like if he really wants somebody dead, he really wants something to happen. Like I think it's gonna happen. So I totally agree that R.I.P. early
Quince in the beginning,
early on, or maybe we might be surprised. Maybe Quince might be a little smarter, might be a little wiser, might stay safe. Maybe he has two.
I mean, right now, as we know, that Quince is held hostage by the other bad cops. So I'm saying, like, I think that Waz is gonna get to him regardless if he's alive or not.
Just the sheer determination of how intense he's. So intense. Yeah. No. He is so intense.
And I also think before the season's over that Adrian's going to be let out of jail. At least that's what I'm hoping for.
Really?
Yeah, the little boy. Why not? I mean, he didn't like.
He didn't kill him.
But I don't know if he was tried for attempted murder. I mean,
so you think we're going to dive a little bit more into what's going on with Adrian?
Yeah, I think they're going to give him more of a chance.
They did have I really did like that. I really did. That was probably my favorite moment of the show. They did have a real heart-to-heart kind of moment, and you could tell that he really, truly, genuinely felt bad that little boy is in that position because he's just a child. So, yeah, I think maybe we'll, find out a little bit more about what's going on with Adrian. I hope that we do, because I think that's actually very interesting.
It is.
Because we often don't see little kids in little orange jumpsuits. And, we in a serious matter like that. You don't think of a child in that type of way. Uh-huh. So I think it's a good storyline. I like it. Hopefully dive more. He's so cute. I don't know what the little boy is. He's so cute.
I know is that these shows get so intense. I grow so attached to these characters. So this next episode, please don't have me pass out.
You just don't want anybody to die is what you're saying?
No, I don't want to be breathing heavily because I'm just devastated with the next episode.
I don't know, Jazz. I think it's a jinx that you just did.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. I guess we will see.
But what I can predict and I can guarantee is that we'll be back here next week.
We will definitely be back here next week. Same time, same place. More people on panel. Don't worry, they're coming. So thanks so much for watching. I'm Felicia Michelle. You can find me on social media at It's Felicia Michelle.
And you can find me at all social media platforms at I'm Jazzy. That's IMJAZZIEE. And don't forget to let us know how you like the show.
Yes.
Please chime in on the live chat. We respond back to you and give us shout outs.
Yes. Until next time.
Thank you. We'll see you here, same time next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com.